All right, back to the rogue game after that uh, little, what would you call it, fork in the road called Ranlux 48. We are done with that. It is back to rogue, and I got coffee. It is 3:12 in the morning. All right, on Fog of War. So caverns and game are compiling now. Now we're on Fog of War. Same old story. Just start fixing all this stuff. Height, width, everything's undeclared. CPP. Okay, where are we at? Right here. Well, I'm not gonna pull this out yet, but I'm gonna end up pulling probably screen out and just make that a render object. That way we can switch it out with maybe a GDI instance 132 later if I want to make it more graphical. Eventually I do. But right now I just need to get this back to a state where it was, or at least can run. All right, let's go back. And there's a lot of screen because Fog of War is just an overlay on the screen. Remember, the screen is the main state of the application. And then if you had any overlays, you would overlay that onto that to kind of overwrite it. Almost like a Z buffer where you're going to show whatever's closest first. So it's going to overlay whatever's there. All right. Uh, where is that anyway? Screen height. Is that in world? Game. It's in game. Yeah. All right. Hmm. I guess I could make them protected. Or private. I don't know if I want those though. There. So I should be putting the includes in the CPP file, right? But in caverns, I have it in my caverns H. It's probably not right. Probably need to have it here because it really doesn't have anything except that. I wonder if that. I'm thinking this should be in caverns right here. So I don't think we really need a caverns H here. Like that. Okay, what I mess up now? Over H. So caverns, game, fog of war. So how did that mess up? Uh, well, maybe I can do that because, I mean, this only has game age, but game age contains all this. So I guess the CPP file should include, or the H file should include everything that it needs because of that. I don't know. I don't know how this makes a difference though. Whether I have this one thing here if I put it in there. Hmm. It says an override specifier. So fog of war H3. So 3 game ref. So that's what it's doing, because game ref is here too. Where's it at? Or maybe not. Or maybe in here. No. No, that's the only specification of it. Oh, I see what it is. It's because it doesn't have that. Maybe it should do that. Maybe this is supposed to be there in the H file. And then you just have that one H file. Include. Like that. And then here, just include the fog of war. I think. Oh man. Maybe not. I had to go messing with stuff. Unknown override specifier. Yeah, see, it doesn't know what type it is. I mean, there is a game class, right? Yeah. I don't think it has anything to do with this. I think that was coincidence. Yeah, so just adding that game ref to the fog of war H file. And then 13 game ref there. Okay, here we go again. I have no idea what's going on. Apparently I'm still fuzzy on the header thing. I started to think I was coming around to it. Uh, but apparently I still don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Alright, so I'm gonna turn my inverter off. Alright. Alright, I need a reference to game. Because I need these screen variables out of here. So, inside Fog of War, I put a game ref here, private game ref. I initialize it here in the constructor. And then I put this define for game age. Now that does have a circular reference because it does have Fog of War, but it's in an if not defined. That should be here in CPP file. There. So we still get that error. Okay, so this is compiling caverns. I have no idea why it does that. To me, this is just crazy. But I know I don't understand something about it. Hmm. Oh man. Unknown override specifier. Now here at 9, it's undeclared. So my header file is not working here. Hmm. Oh. Oops. This isn't supposed to have an implementation. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know why it does that. I mean, how do I tell it? Why is it not doing this, though? I don't like that I'm pulling in all of game and game has all of this. Hmm. Let me go online. I'm finding it very frustrating. But I know it stems from me not understanding it. Well, I know it's in this. It's definitely has something to do with a header or circular thing. So you can place it in the H file. Oh. So do we need it in both? We got it here. Surely don't need it in both. That doesn't make sense. I'm just trying stuff right now. That did not work. I did not expect that to work. All right. So we have an include there. Different build. So this is the bad line. We're including game.h here. Now see, caverns includes game H. Game G equals game there. But it didn't do it in here. And then at some point I'm going to do this. Of course, it'd be like a getter or something. So at least we got the error for that right here. So what if we take all this out? Because once we include game, we're including everything. Whoops. I think we're getting a big circular dependency. So what if we do all that? I don't like that I gotta declare it everywhere. Probably need to put all this too over in caverns. Since it has main, I don't know. It makes sense to me if it has a main. I'm gonna have to have more practice with header files. See, now I get it in that. So I do have to do that. I do have to do this here. But I don't think we need the caverns, though. I really don't. You know what I should do? Just made it static on game. And that way I could just not even have to have this. I could just call just game.start. That's how it should be anyway. Where is that anyway? Start here. Oh, I forgot to do the namespace thing. Over here. Oh, no, I didn't. Yeah, never mind. That way just... Of course, I don't know if this works the same as it would in C#, so who knows. That's the old code. And then this would be here. There. Because I'd still have to have the game include. Now, where do I do the pragma once at? I guess that would be up there. So game. I would do what? Pragma once here? I guess. Anyway, whatever. These should work. Try I don't know what's going on with that. I just don't know. Say non-static member function. So somehow I didn't even declare that correctly. Yeah, I do not like all the includes. I just don't know enough about it. This is so frustrating. Okay, so apparently I put these where I use them. Okay, so this should all be in the correct place. I'm using all these right here. Right here, I'm only using the game. So I put the game in the H file. Here I include my caverns. Like that. Accidentally hit something here. Oh, come on. Escape's not working. Okay, so in game, I'm using all these. So I have all this. Same thing. So it doesn't like that. So does static not go there? Does it maybe go here? Is that where it goes? I don't know. Apparently it doesn't go there. Or I'm doing something else wrong. Same thing. I know one thing I'm going to do is shorten that. I'm going to take these other two out of the build script. Okay, that's the original, so I'm taking this out. We're not to this point yet. Actually, let me see if I can get that static working real quick. Actually, it shouldn't even be. Oh, that's because I still have it in there. So I got caverns here, game age. So this brings in the whole of game age, which is this big, massive thing here. Take that out. World and entity. Oh, that's not going to go. Shoot. All right, never mind. So why does it say cavern CPP here, but then it references a fog of war H file here? It must be because I bring in game, which brings in fog of war, which brings in game ref, which this is already defined. Okay, so what are you supposed to do in that situation? Oh man. Okay, so what is this going on here? Break the cycle using forward declarations. Okay. In the header file where the full definition isn't needed. So that would be what? Fog of War game. I don't need the full definition, right? Maybe. I really don't. I don't need that at all. Oh, come on. Oh, man. Ugh. All right, what do I do now? Oh, class by class. Okay. So it'd be what? Class, game, guess. And I mean, that's what I should do here too, then. Really. if I could do it there. Let me take this out real quick. That's not working, is it? Static. No. Static should not be used on member functions defined at file scope. Oh my goodness. Oh. Okay, so where do you do it at? Just in the header? Like that. So now, GameRef uses undefined class game. Okay. Header 5. Class game. Here. Man, I don't understand what I'm supposed to do with that. So can I do a forward declaration here? Which actually this went ahead and went. This worked. It pulled in all of game. But that's the problem. It pulls in everything. Whoops. Control Z. Okay. So I think I'm going to go learn more about header files. So this I used it for a declaration. Okay, this isn't even being called. So I use a forward declaration of game. And that worked for that one. So we're doing caverns, then game. GCPP, okay. Now notice the static seemed to work now. Which I don't know why. Oh, wait. Let me do it here. Or here. Class should put the forward declaration inside the CPP file. But where do I put it at? Do I put it above the includes? There's all this little minutia that you don't know. That reminds me of a story where I was hired in. I had a lot of JavaScript experience. Um, I was at Tenet Healthcare down in Texas, in Dallas. And the lead there, what was it, my first day, second day? I think it was first day. He didn't know anything about JavaScript. So I show up to work and he says, "Hey, I need you to look at this JavaScript bug." Um, I said, "Oh, okay." And so he pulls me over there to his desk and he pulls it up and runs it and nothing's happening. It's like it's not even there, the JavaScript. And he says, "By the way, I gotta present this in 15 minutes." I'm like, "Oh my God." It turned out I found the bug. Uh, it was uh it was the script loading, the order of the scripts. In JavaScript, the order matters. So there wasn't any build system or anything. It was just a bunch of listed scripts and one was out of order. But this is what this reminds me of. Is there some kind of ordering I have to do? Oh, still getting this. Camera CPP. Oh, wait a minute. Wasn't that just working? Maybe not. Undefined class game. So that's here. So now I would do that. So none of that mattered. All right, I'm gonna have to go. Non-static member function. Game initialize game. That's in start or initialize or game. There. Am I trying to make that static? How the heck? Void static start. But when I do this, I get a different error. They should not be used on member functions defined in file scope. I mean, that makes me think that I shouldn't put the word here, but that kind of doesn't make sense to me. All right. I think I'm going to have to learn more about this. I got to go. This is very frustrating. Let me see this. Hold on, one more thing here. Let me see static. Whoa, wait a minute. What is... Oh, never mind. So I guess you should use it on the outside of it. Which is what I had, I think. And then sometimes these examples are too too complex for beginners like me. Here he's declaring his struct foo here, then an S, which has static foo. He declares a foo that's static called X. And now integer, okay, the namespace SA, okay. Struct foo here, I don't know what this is. SX. Can we just get a simple example, please? Okay. Blah, blah, blah. So this is all the same as in C# too. Static member, blah, blah, shared. We can't put it in the class definition, but it can be initialized outside the class. For example, so we've got a box, public static, okay, object count. I don't care about that. I want a method that's static, not a variable. Class box, so you initialize it outside. Okay, because it's a definition. No, he's doing this in main. All right. Okay, finally. Box, blah, blah. Okay, right here. But this doesn't have the header file. So what does that mean? Does it mean this doesn't have to be declared static in the header, but it does here? No. Hmm. Member functions defined at file scope. So I take that back out. Oh, you know what I did wrong? Well, no. Let me see here. So this, I don't need it here. I need it here. Like that. But it doesn't work anyway because that one function, that method, is calling other methods, so that doesn't matter. But yeah, that's how I would do it. So let's take that back out and get back to everything else. But the big problem I'm having now is the whole include file, circular dependency stuff. Oh, wait, I gotta go back to that. Get rid of that. I forgot you can't call class members from static method. Let's go here. All right, back to that. So now we're back to this old friend. Choose undefined class game. We have our undefined class. So now, even though I did a forward declaration, now let me see here. So this makes me think that the build order matters. Because how else would you have a forward declaration, though? You can do that. I mean, if it's not there yet. So now it does game first. Game ref unknown override specifier. Because it brings in everything else. Yeah, this is so crazy. All right. Go back. It shouldn't matter. All right. I gotta get off here. I'm going to explore this some more. Oh man. I'm gonna do it in a learning CPP video instead of this. But yeah, this is so frustrating for me. This is just crazy. Right here. That. Yeah. So this includes game, which includes everything. But then it has a game ref here, inside here. So, which it shouldn't pull this in again. All right. I still think I don't need that. I don't like that. I don't like the H file just having another H file in it. It just doesn't look good. Doesn't seem like it would be the right thing to do. Just do that. So back to the same old thing here. So the only thing that said about circular dependency was the forward declaration. But what I don't understand is why um well, no, kind of lost my thought there. This brings in game.h. But see, we have this whole thing around here to keep them from only being done once. All right, I'm gonna get off here because I'm gonna have to research this. I'm gonna do this in another video. Learning CPP, C++. That's where this belongs. Taking out too much time on this. So that's the end of this one. Share, like, subscribe, and watch out for those videos. Learning CPP. Definitely got to do that. All right. I will see you on the next one.